Something is happening across West Africa, something that has leaders worried and citizens excited. And right now, all eyes are on one country, Burkina Faso, and one man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. But while Burkina Faso rises, another country, Nigeria, is showing signs of tension. Because behind closed doors, word is spreading that some members of the Nigerian military have met or made contact with Ibrahim Traoré. And if that's true, the political elite in Nigeria are right to be nervous. Because what's happening in Burkina Faso could inspire the biggest political shakeup Nigeria has seen in decades. And the first sign that something is wrong? The Nigerian government is now reportedly clamping down on media outlets that cover what's happening in Burkina Faso. Why? Because they know one thing. The moment Nigerian soldiers and Nigerian citizens begin to follow the Traoré model, the game is over. Let's break it down. Over the past 2 years, Ibrahim Traoré has gone from a young, unknown military officer to a global symbol of African resistance. He's kicked out foreign troops, taken control of national resources, cracked down on corruption, and empowered the people of Burkina Faso to rebuild their country with their own hands. He doesn't fly around the world begging for loans. He doesn't live in golden palaces or throw billion-naira weddings. He walks with his soldiers. He visits construction sites. He tells the truth, even if it upsets the West. And that's exactly why many young African soldiers see him as a blueprint. They're watching, learning, and in some cases, reaching out. That brings us to the new development that has set alarm bells ringing across Abuja. According to reports floating through diplomatic and regional security circles, some Nigerian military personnel have made contact with representatives of Traoré's transitional government. The details are limited, but what's being whispered is this: there have been informal discussions, there is military admiration, and some in the Nigerian military are asking questions. What if we did the same? Now, the moment a government hears its military asking that kind of question, it panics. That's why, reportedly, the Nigerian government has started putting pressure on local media not to highlight Traoré's achievements. If you're a journalist, you know what I mean. Suddenly, news about Burkina Faso disappears from the front pages. Videos of Traoré speeches are quietly removed. Pro-Burkina content is flagged or shadow banned. Editors are told, be careful what you promote. That's not a coincidence, it's fear. Because for the first time in a long time, an African military is not staging coups to install puppets, but to empower people. And Nigeria's political class, built on decades of corruption, foreign dependence, and elite comfort, knows they are vulnerable if that idea spreads. Think about it. What if Nigeria had its own version of Traoré? What if a young, patriotic, fearless leader rose up, not to rule forever, but to clean house, take back stolen wealth, end foreign exploitation, and give power to the people? It wouldn't take long before the system cracked. And that's exactly what the current government fears. Now let's be clear, Nigeria is not Burkina Faso. The population is bigger. The political system is more complex. The military has different factions. The ethnic and regional dynamics are deeper. But the frustrations, they are the same. A broken economy, sky-high unemployment, political elites who are disconnected from the streets, foreign companies draining the country's resources, youth who feel like they have no future. All of these issues exist in Nigeria, and many people believe that the current leadership has failed to fix them. So, when the average Nigerian sees videos of Traoré walking among his soldiers, kicking out exploiters, standing firm before the West, it's not just inspiring, it's threatening to those in power, because it gives people a new image of leadership, one that doesn't need age, or money, or foreign validation, just courage, honesty, and action. That's why the government is working so hard to stop the comparisons, but it might be too late. Across university campuses, on WhatsApp groups, in army barracks, in tea shops and bus parks, people are already talking. The question is no longer, can it happen? It's when. Let's not forget, Nigeria has seen military takeovers before, but what makes this moment different is the motivation. In the past, coups were about power, greed, ego. Today, some of the most talked about military leaders in Africa, like Traoré, are talking about justice, anti-colonialism, Pan-Africanism, rebuilding, not looting. That changes everything. Because when soldiers feel they're stepping in to protect the people, not just seize power, they gain legitimacy. And that's dangerous for any government that's seen as weak or corrupt. Let's also not ignore how digital media plays into this. 10 years ago, people only knew what their local TV or newspaper told them. Today, even in the smallest villages, people watch Traoré's speeches on TikTok. They see Burkina Faso youth paving roads. They see community farms being restored. They hear his interviews where he boldly criticizes foreign interference and still holds his ground. This isn't just Burkina Faso's moment. It's becoming a regional awakening. And Nigeria, with its massive youth population, its broken trust in leadership, and its politically aware military, is right in the middle of it. That's why the clampdown is happening. It's not just about censoring news. It's about trying to stop an idea. The idea that Africa can fix itself without begging. The idea that soldiers can serve the people, not just themselves. The idea that we don't need to copy Europe's system to have dignity. But here's the truth. You can censor headlines. You can delete posts. You can intimidate journalists. But you can't unsee what people have already seen. Traoré has planted a seed, and it's growing faster than anyone expected. Now, will Nigeria follow the same path? No one knows for sure. But what's clear is that the political elite in Abuja are nervous. And when politicians start fearing their own soldiers, it's a sign that they've lost touch with reality. It's also a sign that something big may be coming. To the Nigerian people watching this, stay informed. Don't fall for media silence. Ask the hard questions. What is it about Traoré that your government doesn't want you to see? Why are they afraid of the comparison? Why do they fear an idea that promotes local development, anti-corruption, and sovereignty? And to the soldiers watching, remember your oath. You swore to protect the people, not protect privilege. And to everyone else across the continent, this isn't just about Nigeria or Burkina Faso. This is about Africa, waking up. Waking up from 60 years of dependency. Waking up from leadership that only looks upward, never around. Waking up from the lie that we must always ask for permission. Captain Ibrahim Traoré didn't wait for permission. He acted. And now, the echo is spreading. Let's see where it leads. Because one thing is clear. The old system is shaking. And the people, they're paying attention. This is just the beginning.
Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It is our gold, our minerals that interest them. If not, why come and look for entire villages to take our lands? So we will fight and we will recover our lands. Our wealth belongs to us. It is to us that it will benefit and to our children. So I encourage you to keep in mind that this war is to get us out of slavery. Either we accept the fight or we remain slaves forever, I tell you once. And there are some who are slaves in the head. They can only serve their master. Because each situation can be exploited by these enemies of the nation to try to discourage you, to demotivate you. Those who want to discourage you through writing, you must close your ears and move forward.